In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert quadratic equations from standard form to vertex form. So the first thing you want to do is you want to move your c value over to the y side. So in this case, I want to add 5 to both sides so that it is no longer on the right side of my equation and is now on the left side with y. So that would give me y plus 5 equals x squared minus 2x. Next, what I want to do is I want to complete the square and add the number to both sides. So to do that, I take b, which in this case is negative 2. I divide it by 2, so negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And I take that number and I square it. So negative 1 squared is negative 1 times negative 1, which in this case is positive 1. So I'm going to add it to the right side of my equation. I completed the square. But I also need to add it to the other side of my equation to keep my equation balanced. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the right side of my equation as a perfect square. So to do that, I have x, and then I want to write it as a perfect square, which means that it's going to be something inside my parentheses with x, and then the whole thing is going to be squared. Now to figure out what goes inside the parentheses, all you have to do is take your b value and divide it by 2, which we already did. It's always going to be b divided by 2, so in this example, it is negative 1. Now on the y side, I can simplify this and write, instead of y plus 5 plus 1, I can simplify 5 and 1, so I get y plus 6 equals parentheses x minus 1 squared. And your last step is to get y completely by itself. So you want to subtract 6 from both sides. So your vertex form comes out to y equals x minus 1 squared minus 6, where your vertex is at positive 1, negative 6. Let's try another example. Same steps. We're going to start by moving the c value over. So I'm going to subtract 46 from both sides. So y minus 46 equals x squared minus 12x. I want to complete the square and add it to both sides. So to do that, I take b divided by 2. So negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Take that negative 6 and square it. So negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. And I then need to add that to both sides of my equation. From here, I can simplify the y side of my equation, the left-hand side. So I have y minus, or negative 46 plus 36 is negative 10. And then over here, I want to rewrite it as a perfect square. So I would have x, in this case, minus 6 squared. Again, this number inside the parentheses is always b divided by 2. Last thing you need to do is you need to get y completely by itself. So in this example, I'm going to add 10 to both sides. And I get y equals x minus 6 squared plus 10. And in this example, your vertex would be at positive 6, positive 10. All right, let's do one more example. Start by moving the c value over. So I'm going to subtract 33 from both sides. So y minus 33 equals x squared plus 10x. I need to complete the square, so to do that, I'm going to divide b by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Take that 5 and square it, which gives me 25, and add that to both sides of your equation. From here, you can begin simplifying. So that would leave me with y minus 8, because negative 33 plus 25 is negative 8. Equals, I want to write the right-hand side of my equation as a perfect square. So that would be x plus 5 squared Again, the number inside the parentheses is b divided by 2. And my very last step is to get y by itself. So I need to add 8 to both sides. So my vertex form becomes y equals x plus 5 squared plus 8. In this example, your vertex would be at -5, 8.